many people really gave the Bunnies a chance. And early on, Billy, it was all the Melbourne Storm, but then, like we've seen so many times this year, a couple of momentum shifts and the Bunnies came back, and then an epic finish. It was one that we all enjoyed watching, but perhaps not Craig Bellamy.
Yeah, I think it's only fair to start with the Bunnies. You know, they found themselves 12 points down early in the game after about 6 minutes, but the toughness that they showed and the want to be involved in the game, they actually hit the lead. Alex Johnston scored 4 tries, which brings him closer to the all-time greatest try scorer in our game's history. Latrell Mitchell was on fire. Yeah, I was really impressed with the Bunnies. And then the Storm, they've just got so many creative players that sometimes they're their own worst enemy. And I think that's what frustrates the coach. I love the relationship between the playing group and the coach. You've got this playing group that just want to play footy, and they've got these sort of plays in them, and they've got so much skill. And then you've got a coach that wants them to be consistent and just play boring style of football. So it's like a really tough marriage, isn't it?
But so great to see the Bunnies, Freddie, the fact that everyone probably had written them off, but the guts and determination at the end, and the likes of Latrell Mitchell stepping up. I mean, some of the touches from Latrell were out of this world.
Well, I think Melbourne actually let them into the game, like their errors and the way they were playing. It was interesting, when South were getting to the lead, I felt like they actually dropped intensity, and I thought the Alex Johnston intercept was a lucky one and got them back onto the front foot again. This was a brilliant try. That was to get him to the front. He had the goal kick to win the game, which he missed. But all in all, I think, you know, to be down by 2 tries early with a side depleted and that many injuries, to do what they did was an incredible effort.
Yeah, and not to make excuses either, but they've probably got the biggest injury toll or have over the course of this season. To have the calibre of players that they have been missing. There's still no Cody Walker, Cam Murray, Campbell Graham has been missing for a large chunk of this season as well.
Jerome Hughes' second try, was that up to 5 minutes? They were up 12-0. I went, oh, here we go, it's going to be 50 or 60. But then the Latrell Show, some of his passing, the way he passes that right to left, where if you're passing 15 metres, I think anyone else in the world throws, well, except for Cody, throws torpedo passes. But the way he holds his hands and waits, and just waits for that winger to bite. Look at this catch and pass. That, he makes the incredibly difficult look easy. And look at this one, double pump and just waits. It's freakish.
Can you teach that, or is that something
you can try to. You can try to teach it.
Is it you've got it or you don't,
well,
essentially?
No one else is doing that. That's why he's playing first grade, one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
It's the speed in which it goes. Like, Faulongo is a clever player, but he even was surprised by how quick the ball goes. By the time he saw the ball passed, it was in Johnston's hands.
He's just got the magic.
You think he could have brought it around a little bit closer? That was the try that Latrell missed the goal on. And he scores it right out wide. I reckon he could have eaten up
Take a leaf out of Alex Johnston's book. Alex Johnston's unreal at that.
I bet you if Tyrone Munro was the kicker, he would have brought it in. You watch kickers when they score and they're trying to step blokes to get closer to the post. But once again, at home, I just love sitting down watching Latrell play. He's a special, special player.
Billy, you mentioned Alex Johnston. What an incredible feat. That record of 212 from Ken Irvine, we probably thought was never going to be broken. You're on, 190, which, considering you're out for a couple of years, is incredible. But Alex Johnston, he's going to get it, hopefully, this year. It's something that, I mean, I know the goal for everyone is to win a premiership with your team, but he deserves a massive, massive rap for what an incredible career he's had.
And he's had his fair share of injuries as well.
Yeah, let's not put the mock on him.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm with you, I'm with you. He'll get there. He will get there, and it'll be an amazing moment for our game. He's been a wonderful player, and we all talk about the left-hand side of the field of South Sydney and Latrell getting over there, Cody Walker. But what he does and his movements, that's special. That's special wing play. And, it's going to be an amazing moment, and hopefully the next month or two when he does do it.
Another great match yesterday afternoon. Joey, your Knights, they are back. I mean, first off, it was great that they got some troops back. So Ponga, Sharp, Frizzell.
Bradman.
Bradman, Dom Young was
Dom
back
Young
in
back.
Knights colours as well, so that was a strong back line, but there was a lot to love about
And they
this.
lost Fletcher Sharp midway through the second half. But yeah, it was a
Jaguar
great.
sin bin.
Yeah, it was a great performance. Young Bostock's tore his ACL, which is unfortunate, but it was a really entertaining game. And once again, getting the ball to the key players. Kalen, best. They just combined. But yeah, both teams threw the ball around. I love watching this, and in the end, they showed great fight. Newcastle. Great to see Dom back.
Well, it looked like he'd never gone. When I saw him in the jersey, it was like I nearly even forgot that he was at the Roosters. But I think the weather helped. It's like it was pouring down there on Wednesday, and it was apparently supposed to be pouring. It was pouring during the day in Perth, but to get out there, those players would have been so appreciative of some nice weather.
Yeah, I also think the commitment from the Knights. You know, you could see right from the start of the game that they were committed to the contest, and they've played against a team that have scored 158 points in the last 3 games. Like, they're the form team of the competition, the Dolphins, and they were committed to the cause. And when you're committed and you're all on the same page, this sort of stuff can happen. So, yeah, Adam O'Brien, great job. And the Knights, they're back.
I like Phoenix Crosland at lock. I thought played really well in that position. But in the end, it was my salute. Brady Jones gets it at the end. And watch the reaction. You can see how much it means to the players. So good.
He played a bit like Latrell from the Tigers.
Phoenix, yeah.
That's becoming the new style, you know. Someone a bit smaller and around the middle who, well, they're both halves. You know, Phoenix come through as a halfback. Latrell was a 5'8". So, you know, the game's changing a little bit, which is nice. Like, coaches are seeing some variety and, you know, working out a way to make that.
Dylan Walker's doing it.
Dylan Walker, yeah.
Kurt Mann.
I love when they were getting the ball to Kalen, Bill. And he was getting the ball square. He wasn't getting the ball out the back of shape and sweeping towards the sideline. He was getting the ball square, getting at that defender. Did you notice that?
Yeah, and a couple of times he put a little kick in as well, a couple of tries off kicks. And when you get the ball at the advantage line, you're not passing the advantage away. So it's happening really quick. And players with class like Kalen, they can make those decisions quicker than others. And that's why they result in tries.
What's tougher backing up? Is it the physical battle, or is it
without doubt
mental?
Sorry, the mental
battle.
Yeah, the mental. Physically, yeah, it's hard, but you know, 5-10 minutes into the game.
Do you think this was a try?
Yes.
Yeah,
they called that last pass forward.
I reckon forward. I reckon they got it right.
Forward, you reckon?
Yeah.
It was a tough angle because obviously the camera's on the halfway, and the pass was on the 10-metre line. So
I thought when
the referee had the best angle.
When I watched it live, I went, "Oh, that's forward." But then I watched the replay. I thought it was flat, a real 50-50.
This is the build-up.
I love the flick pass here from Kalen was special.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh.
He catches the ball in front of the line.
There we go.
Like, he wasn't running forward. I thought he caught the ball in front of the line, so I've got to go with the refs on that one.
Well, in the end,
Actually,
thankfully it didn't matter.
He reffed really well. I like him as a referee.
Look at that. That's Benji Marshall 05.
Oh, I don't know, Freddie. I reckon it's a 50-50.
Well, they didn't get it. 50-50.
70-30, 80-20.
Did you enjoy watching Dom Young? You said you forgot he was even playing for the Roosters.
It just looked
but
normal.
They gelled, didn't they?
It looked normal.
Yeah.
I think it just, seeing him in the jersey on that side of the field, I don't know, it just looked right. I think, he did some wonderful things at the Roosters. Scored some great tries. He is a great try scorer. We didn't get to see him in space, which is one of the highlights of a weekend if you see Dom in space, but it looked right.
And
so Fletcher Sharp, he'll be out next game. He'll have the 11-day stand down. He'll be missed. He's a support player. I think he's the best support player in the game.
They play Thursday night? Friday night?
Friday. Mark Hughes, the Beanie night.
Yes. Beanie for Brain Cancer Round, so we'll talk more about that coming up. Panthers, not many would have expected them to get the job done without their origin stars who couldn't make it all the way from Perth across to New Zealand. The Warriors flying high at the moment, but this was an incredible match.
They showed early their level of commitment. I thought, straight away you realise they were going to be in the game. Obviously they scored first. When the Warriors reacted and scored not long after, I thought, you know what, this is going to turn the tide, but they didn't go away. They played a very similar game to what they would have if Nathan had played. They kicked a lot where they challenged the Bombs. They got to end up with a couple of tries off kicks. And I think they just really wore the Warriors out. I think it was absolutely fantastic. Both teams saved as many tries as they scored. So I think all in all, the commitment level was great. I enjoyed watching it. And I just, mate, to see them go over there without all those players, where the Warriors are sitting at the moment, I thought, it was an incredible statement of their club.
I don't think even the staunchest Panthers fan would have thought they'd win over there, considering the players they lost and how they're flying, the Warriors. But it was an amazing game. I got to say, Freddie, I got to disagree. I thought it was a real dour contest. And if you have a look at the style of play, Andrew Webster's from that Penrith system, which is highly successful. But during the game, the Warriors had one offload. They had, I think, completed 38 of 43 sets. It's just coming out of trouble. It was just get through your sets, which is high. It's very effective and it's very successful, but it was incredibly dour.
I think we saw the new crop of Panthers coming through. I thought Jenkins was outstanding. Blaze Talangi scored that match-winning try. Even Alamotti he did some
that was the play
great
of the game.
things. Lindsay Smith also through the middle of the field played like Isaiah Yeo. They scored off the back of that play.
I reckon if they score there, the Warriors, they win.
Yep.
That was a huge play.
Huge
It was
turnaround.
the second intercept he went for. He got one in the first half and knocked it down.
Just tapped it, yeah.
Is it the turning point? Can it be the turning point?
I think so. Well, I just think if they score there, the Warriors win. And as you said, he got the ball and then they went down and scored soon after.
Turning point of their season as well,
Absolutely.
too, right?
Yeah.
Like three in a
that's
row.
what I was talking about.
Okay.
Turning point of their season. Like they're in the top 8 now. They're sitting 6th. All their Origin stars will be watching that, and the young fellas in their team and their squad all of a sudden feel more a part of this season than ever. So that can do an amazing thing for the group, that win.
Well, no one's won outside the top 4 for... Well, no one's
They haven't.
Since
Since
this
modern-
final system
No one's
has
won
been
4
in
in a
place.
row either.
Yeah. Do you
just
think they could do it outside the top 4?
Well,
They've got to get there first. There's a lot of teams around them that are...
they were sitting last a month ago.
Yeah.
Last.
But it was always
what
gonna
about
take
this
time.
one? If Nathan only plays a few games leading into the semis, do you think they can get to the top 8?
Well, I just don't think they've got the same experienced players now to be able to do that much, really, to win another 3 or 4 in a row. But it's proved very hard for every team. I think only the Dogs have really really nailed it. And what did they put, 8 or 9 in a row? But so, who knows? But if they get there and they're all fit, they got their best team. I don't think we've seen their best team
If they're fully
on the field either.
If they're fully fit, I reckon they could win it from outside the top 4.
What a night it was for the Raiders on Friday night at Campbelltown Stadium. I guess a nervous finish for them with the Tigers coming back home. But there was, how good was Joseph Tapony? He saved a try, he had the strip, and there was Jed Stewart scoring on debut. There were, Freddie, so many storylines to come out of this one.
It was an unreal game. So everyone got out there, it was freezing cold. And then from the moment the game started, I think the Stewart story was fantastic. I got to interview his brother Jack, and I saw his mum Kaylee on the sideline. Those lunatics, all these mates from Canberra, they were all behind me, so they kept the night exciting. He scored a try. It was exciting watching the Tigers come back. Latrell Mitchell, the young kid there, number 16, when he came on, he changed the way the Tigers played, and all of a sudden just started linking everyone up, and they become twice as dangerous and end up scoring a couple of tries. Lucky not to score more. I think they had twice as many tackles in the opposition 20 as Canberra, and it's good to Canberra from the point of view they defended their line, but it was a very exciting finish.
Latu Fainu and Jerome, there's your halves moving forward.
Yeah.
They combined really well. Once again, it was a game of 2.
Well, he's more of a lock.
He defends good, doesn't he?
Oh, I think he's a 7. I'd be having him at 7, playing there. And he looks like an on-ball halfback, which frees up Jerome to especially come in that second wave of attack on that left side. But I was really impressed with Fainu.
Canberra just know how to win at the moment. It doesn't matter whether they have to score 40 points or whether they have to defend 16 points. There's something going on down in Canberra at the minute that they feel really connected. And when you're in an environment like that, you just win. And that's what they're doing at the minute.
It's so good to watch. I love watching them play because they move the ball out, coming out of trouble. You saw some of those tries were from their own, inside their own 30, 40. They offload the ball. They're unstructured. It's so hard to defend against. So hard to defend. You got Tapony and you got Papali, who really offload the ball all the time, which then brings Ethan Strange and all these young tearaways into play. They can win the comp without a shadow of a doubt.
Tapony, so he had this try saver on Jerome Luai early on in the match. There was a one-on-one strip late in the match as well.
And in cover, look at that.
Yeah, he was
Cover, saving
brilliant.
tries.
I was talking to
here's
Corey
the streak,
Horsburgh
I
after,
think.
and we're talking about Origin, and he said, you know what? He said, I get to play with him every week. He's as good as any front rower.
Yeah. He's so inspirational. And then there was the try that Papali'i set him up. So it was 2 front rowers. I mean, they're not supposed to do that.
They saved a couple of tries. That Tapony one was right at the start of the game. There was one towards the end of the game, Dream Buller. It was Kyo Weeks, who it would have been millimetres short.
Yeah.
And that would have levelled the game up with the kick to win it.
Have you seen much Owen Paddy?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's a beauty.
Looks sharp. Good kick out of dummy half.
He didn't get much time.
No.
He only had about 20 minutes, I think.
Oh, he looks like a rep. And he's from Queensland, didn't he?
Rockhampton, I think he's from the same place as Harry Grant.
Well, when Harry winds up, he'll be coming into his peak. I see him as an Origin dummy half for sure.
There was a moment which I think you two disagreed about during the commentary, the hair pull, Gerald Skelton.
These lunatics think this is okay.
Freddie's saying, you can't do that, you can't do that. But you said, oh, play on, sir.
Play on. Wait up.
Well, get off him. Get off him. Stop holding him down. He deserves his hair pull.
Give him a second.
Mate, if you play with a perm, you need your hair perm.
It's not a...
It's a perm. You interviewed him after the game in the sheds, Freddie, didn't you?
I couldn't stop staring at it. It was glistening, his hair.
Soul glow.
Fantastic hair.
glistening.
Get off him then.
Mate, when
Don't
are you
hold
allowed
him
to do
down.
that? Seriously.
He had
You're
him
off your head.
he was holding him
What are
down
you and Gus having? What are you drinking up there?
a lot. I wish.
Can you settle the argument for us, Billy?
I was sitting at home listening to it, laughing. I'm with Freddie. You can't do
I'm
that.
just pulling his hair.
Get off him. He's holding his leg. Get off.
You two dinosaurs.